Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Brett. Got a video today from China Observer. China's leftover woman distraught. 36-year-old with masters, owns a home, car, remains unmarried. Please text Brett down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get the chow. It's chow time.
Girls, do you know what it's like to be 36, unmarried, and without a boyfriend? It's not the independent, clear-headed heroine you might imagine. In reality, I'm afraid of dating, afraid of relationships, and I can't even think about marriage. It's not because I'm not trying or that I'm not good enough. I have a master's degree, started a business, and bought a house. But when it comes to marriage, I feel weak. I've gone on many blind dates, and just the thought of being judged for my age makes me not want to go out again. If I meet someone I like and we get along well, if I show any temper, they'll say, "You're not young anymore. If you still don't understand things and need me to coax you, why am I with you?"
Yeah. Men my age and in their 40s don't want to have to train you to be a tolerable woman or woman. You know, we don't want to have to train you to be our helpmates. You should know how to do these things. You're 36. Again, if a man is 36, doesn't have a job, doesn't know what he's doing in life, doesn't have careers and all these and homes and things like that, he's a piece of trash. So come on, ladies, get your shit together. If you want to be married, be the material that men want.
Because of my age, many things become intolerable. So maybe love is something for the younger years, and if possible, it's best to enter marriage when you're young. The TikTok user Rice Kernel is a woman from Hangzhou. On June 15th, she posted a video expressing regret for not getting married in her
I guess China or Chinese women are doing the same thing on their TikTok or whatever this is. It's just coming online, complain about them being lonely and single, about with their own masters and, degrees and businesses. Nobody cares, ladies. We've never cared. We told you this many a times. For many ages. But you still think we want the same thing you want.
20s. Previously, she posted a video complaining that even with a master's degree, it wasn't until she was 28 that she realized that standing, older single men wouldn't be interested in her.
Hell no.
Now, the ones pursuing her are single men from rural areas, and she feels she can only marry into the countryside. This comment resonated with many single women, both domestically and abroad. Media interviewed her, and it turns out her surname is Lee, and she's actually only 36. She responded saying, "In 2 more years, I definitely won't be able to have kids. I've been on 5 blind dates, but none were suitable." As for why she lied about her age, many netizens believe she's using the topic of older single women to gain attention. Some think her actions may have been a marketing angle. I'm a single woman born in 1988 with a master's degree from a top university. Recently, I've begun to feel like I might be able to accept dating someone who's divorced and has a child. I used to think this was the last thing I'd compromise on, but now I've realized that loneliness is more terrifying than anything else.
Damn, you hear that, guys? Loneliness is more terrifying than anything else. At least these Chinese women are truthful about loneliness, unlike the women in the West. Strong and independent. I'm gonna have friends that are gonna take care of me when I'm on my deathbed.
Lately, my world feels silent and empty, as if there's no sound at all, and it will always be this way. It feels like I'm afraid to make a sound because any noise would echo back and scare me. I don't know how long this loneliness will last. In early June, Rice Kernel posted a video revealing her true feelings. Although she appears strong and independent on the surface, deep down she harbors an inexplicable loneliness and feels melancholy about her fading youth.
This is going to be probably 95% of Western women once they hit the wall in 2020 or 2030. This is going to be majority of women right here. They're so far in, they can't even do anything about it, and they're just going to complain.
Most older single women have high education, high income, and high intelligence, and are attractive. However, their high standards in choosing a partner often leave them without an ideal match, turning them into what's called leftover women. Rice Kernel might be using the sensitive topic of leftover women to draw attention to this group, thereby increasing her exposure and influence. In this light, her actions can be seen as—
Isn't that funny that Chinese women are using leftover women in the wall to get famous? That's so funny.
a brave stand and form of self-affirmation. I'm a bit sad now because I've suddenly realized that it's easy for older girls to have a car and a house, but finding love is really hard. Even though I don't want to accept it, I can't fight it. No matter how beautiful, educated, or nice you are, when you enter the dating market, you'll be held back by your age. I thought my hard work and effort would allow me to be with someone I love, but to my surprise, when I finally had a car and a house, as an older woman, I was just someone others would judge and weigh the pros and cons of. I felt like all my efforts in my younger years would have been better spent dating. I have a friend who dated a girlfriend 2 years older than him. He told me he was the picky one in the relationship, while she was very accommodating. Now he has a new girlfriend who is 5 or 6 years younger than him. When he showed me her picture, I was shocked. She smokes, drinks, and parties, which is very different from his previous standards. I asked him how he could accept this now. He said because she's younger, he's more tolerant of her. Hearing this, I cried. It made me feel so sad.
Yeah, because women are gorgeous and youthful. Men are much more willing to deal with the shit that they come with. Come on, ladies. How did you not realize this? Yeah, as you get older, you lose your value. You stay more set in your ways. We don't want to deal with you. We don't want to deal with something that won't give us children anymore, that's going to give us headaches, that thinks they're better than us majority of the time. Yeah.
In the video, the Douyin user named Tian Yao Yao is a gentle, understanding, and beautiful older woman. However, despite reaching the age of marriage and dating, she struggles to find a suitable partner. She observes that many men...
And these women look pretty good. They're much better than the leftover women here in the West. They're not overweight. They're not caked on makeup. They don't think they're like some kind of amazing prize. They think they are, but they realize quite quickly that they aren't, and they're trying to internalize it. Where women here, they aren't the prize. No man gives them attention. Then it's, where are all the good men at? Why nobody wants to commit? Men are just shitty people.
Consider a woman's age as a crucial factor when choosing a partner. They tend to prefer younger women who are perceived as more fertile, while they hesitate or...
Perceived? No, younger women are more fertile. It's just how it works. There's no perceiving.
Or even become picky about women like her who are successful but older. I was born in 1991, so I'm 33 years old this year, a leftover woman. Not being married at this age makes me feel anxious. People always say that if you're still not married at this age, you must be too picky.
Yep.
If I had lowered my standards earlier, I would have been married by now.
You see that? Like the Chinese culture. Just like, wait, you're 32, 33, you're not married? You're one picky ass son of a bitch. That is literally where they go to automatically. And they aren't wrong.
When I was 27 or 28, I also wanted to get married and even had the impulse to have a quick marriage. But then I thought if I made the wrong choice, I would fall into an abyss with no way out. The internet is filled with stories about women being abused, abandoned, or even pushed off cliffs. To be honest, I had a fear of marriage, similar to how men are afraid of gold diggers. But while gold diggers are after money, some men might be after your life. Despite this,
again, like the propaganda that media portrays of men just slaying women left and right. I'm sure it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but not to the degree of gold diggers. Come on.
I remain hopeful about life. I eat and drink well, work when I need to, and travel when I want to. Over time, I got used to being alone, but now at 33, I never imagined I would reach this age without being married, and it feels quite hopeless. Sometimes I want to find someone, and sometimes I don't. People have started introducing me to divorced men with children or men in their 50s. This made me realize that men my age want young, beautiful girls and wouldn't consider me. So I'm left with either divorced men with children or much older men who aren't even successful. It makes me feel quite desperate. In China, there is indeed a belief that as women age, their value in the marriage market decreases, leading to anxiety about marriage among many women.
It's not a belief in China. It's just men are built this way. It is built, ingrained into our DNA as men, not as Chinese, white, whatever, Cambodian, black. No, as men, as a species.
This phenomenon is tied to traditional views and gender imbalances. Men often seek youth and beauty in a partner, while women look for economic stability and a partner who can guide them spiritually. As times change, women's views on choosing a partner are also evolving. They are beginning to enter the dating market, hoping to find the right person. However, the dating process is not as smooth as they imagined. They thought their high education and good jobs would be advantages, but reality has given them a harsh lesson. Are you dating?
You're a bit old.
I was born in 1991. Is that old?
Ouch. Okay. I usually don't feel bad for women in this kind of boat, but these women are just so clueless. Look at her, just like, I'm old? like like the look on their innocent little faces just kind of breaks my heart slightly, but it doesn't because they're women. But it's just their innocent little faces. They're just like, but, I'm old.
1991 is a bit old.
How old are you?
Born in 1997.
I don't mind that you're younger.
Your annual income is a bit low.
Ooh.
I have
drizzle,
a company,
drizzle,
and I
bitches.
didn't mention because I didn't want to pressure you. I have 2 houses, all earned from my own business.
You're 158 centimeters tall. That's a bit short.
This woman, who goes by the online name Athena, is from Anhui and went to the famous matchmaking park in Hangzhou.
You know what's funny? Someone mentioned, like, all they ever see me do on my videos is laugh until that one video about communism. And it's true. I try to laugh. I try to have a good time with all this stuff. Why? Because you really can't control a lot of it other than ourselves, right? How we react to it, how we react to things. Most of it's funny to me. Most of it, you just gotta laugh it off. You can't take this shit too seriously. You know, sometimes I do get upset here and there, but it's part of entertainment too.
To find a partner. Her poster read, "Sincerely looking for a partner, female, born in 1991, master's degree, height 150."
Why is the master's degree like the second thing right here? We don't care about this. Like, just remove this off the list. Okay, centimeter. Okay, your height and weight, that works. The owning property thing doesn't fucking count. And your income. Where's Where's the I'm nice. I'll take care of the kids. You know, I'll be a stay-home wife. I'll support you and all these things. Nope, it's just qualities of men right here.
58 centimeters, weight 45 kilograms, owns property in Shanghai and Hangzhou.
75 kilograms. That means she's like 100 pounds. Holy.
Works as an advertising company planner with an annual income of about 150,000 RMB. Athena also listed 4 criteria for her potential partner.
And this is even weirder that they're out in public with pieces of Is this like your resume for marriage? Is this what they're doing? Handing men resumes for marriage? Because this is intense.
Seeking a good person to build a life together. Requirements: 1. Bachelor's degree or above. 2. Owns property in Shanghai or Zhejiang.
Shit, after that first one, I already got disqualified.
3. Height above 175 centimeters. Willing.
That's like what, 5'7", 7.5? Yeah, about my height. That's reasonable, I guess, for... I don't even know if that's reasonable, because I think a lot of more Chinese men are shorter than that, so...
To give a dowry of 50,000 RMB, non-negotiable. She is often seen at the matchmaking corner of the park. However, her age frequently becomes an obstacle in the...
There's a whole matchmaking corner at the park where she just stalks for men to come and try to get... Oh my jeez.
Dating market.
At least these women are trying. These women are really, really trying. They want partners. They want not to be lonely. If only women in the West were starting to see this and do these things.
Video, Athena said, "Everyone criticizes my age. Is it wrong for a woman to be older? Does being older mean I can't have any requirements? Everyone has the right to pursue love and be loved. Is it so hard to respect others' choices?" She also...
Yeah, because you don't have the value to command what you command. Just like men just can't command, I want a beautiful girl to take care of me if I'm just a bum in my, my mom's basement, playing video games and watching porn all day. Yeah, I don't qualify for love. I don't qualify for the things that I'm asking for. Same as you ladies. Yes, age matters. Men want younger women. We want kids. Majority of men want kids. If I want 3 to 4 kids, maybe even 5 kids, you have to be in your 20s. There's no way I can marry someone in their 30s to be able to produce that many kids.
Stated, I'd rather die than settle. Don't keep advising me to lower my standards. I'm a woman with a master's degree, 2 houses, and 2 cars. I have an annual salary of 300,000 RMB, and I can start a business any time now. I see a bright future ahead of me. Why should I settle for a partner who's inferior in every way, lowering my quality of life? If I can't find someone suitable, I won't get married. Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone who's 170 centimeters tall?
I don't get the lowering quality of life thing. If you're rich enough to provide your own lifestyle, someone coming into your lifestyle doesn't downgrade your lifestyle. It keeps your lifestyle very similar. Only when men that have more money than you come in, they can upgrade your lifestyle. But I don't see very many men downgrading your lifestyle if you're taking care of all the bills and stuff already. He's just going to add a little bit of maybe taking care of house stuff, give you some cuddles, lay down some good pipe, hopefully. I see more positives overall, but I'm not a woman. I don't see how all these little things that I like to complain about, come up. So
No, that's reasonable.
Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone with a bachelor's degree or higher from a similar university?
No, that's reasonable.
My annual salary is about 200 to 400,000 RMB. Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone with an annual salary of 300 to 4,000 RMB?
No, that's reasonable.
I was born in 1990. Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone born around 1990, plus or minus 3 years?
No, that's reasonable.
I have 300,000 RMB in savings. Is it unreasonable for me to ask for a dowry of 280,000 RMB?
No, that's reasonable.
If you meet these requirements, would you be willing to date someone like me?
no.
I might consider it.
How could you?
I'd have to be out of my mind. Think about it. A man with an annual salary of 400,000 RMB, around 30 years old, who has a car and a house, and is willing to give a dowry of 280,000 RMB.
He's laying it down exactly. Yes, what you're asking for is not unreasonable for where you're at. Some would agree. But the man you're asking for has the options to the fucking 9. He can literally pick a 18-year-old that looks gorgeous, that will do anything he wants to do, and he'll still be able to take care of her. Your money, all of this extra shit is useless to men.
And is handsome and over 170 centimeters tall. Wouldn't he look for an 18-year-old?
Yes, right. But it's also reasonable for him to look for someone like me.
If he can find an 18-year-old, why would he choose you?
But I'm more accomplished than an 18-year-old.
In what way are you more accomplished? You're older and have more wrinkles, right?
That's enough. I don't want to hear anymore.
Your standards for a man are higher than hers. In what way are you better? Explain it clearly.
Older single women often face various biases and discrimination in the dating scene. The requirement the girl in the video mentioned are not unreasonable, so why can't she find a partner? Perhaps it's because as women age, the risks associated with childbirth increase, and men might hesitate to enter into marriage with them.
It's not just the risk of childbirth, the risk of our children being some kind of dyslexic, some kind of disease, some kind of issues grows exponentially also. That is probably one of my biggest fears, is to have an autistic child or a child that cannot take care of themselves. I am so worried for that kind of child. Why? Because I can't live forever. My partner can't live forever. My wife can't live forever. Someone's going to have to take care of my child when I die. And that's just such a hard thing for me to imagine, someone taking care of my disabled child as when they're an adult while I'm gone. They're not going to do the same things I'm willing to do for my own child. It's a scary thought. I think about it every so often when I go to Disneyland, I see, somewhat autistic children. I'm just like, wow, their parents live a very tough life.
Clearly, the man in the video prefers to look for young, attractive women in their 20s, and single older women are not high on his list.
Nope.
Here we are at the matchmaking corner of Hangzhou's Wansong Academy, where older women and their mothers are left in shock, even with offers of houses and cars. It's still difficult for them to find a match. Age has become the biggest hurdle, wouldn't you agree? This reflects the current attitudes towards finding a partner in Chinese society. You might say it's unfair, but it's a reality. There are many unfair things in the world, and the only thing ordinary people can do is silently resist. For older single women, the only way to fight against this unfairness is to choose to remain single. While urban single
That doesn't even make sense. You can't just lower your standards. But no, you just gotta fight it by remaining single and alone and keep complaining. Okay.
women still have some choices, rural women have even less control over their destiny. Under societal pressure and the lack of education and other social resources, rural women have even less bargaining power compared to their urban counterparts. They may face inequality and even domestic violence after marriage.
See, that I can somewhat see, especially if they're, Chinese men are going around doing that type of stuff. Or, I mean, with rural women, because there are a good chunk of rural women over there.
Recent years, more women have been delaying marriage and childbirth, voluntarily joining the ranks of the leftover women. With material security, they can enjoy a carefree single life.
大家好，我今年39岁了。
Hello everyone, I'm 39 years old. Many people call me an old lady, an old woman, saying I can't get married. Honestly, I'm used to being attacked sometimes. If people don't criticize me, they might not feel smart. What century are we in? They keep saying, you can't get married, you can't get married. Well, if I can't get married, I just won't get married, right? I really don't understand these people stuck in the closed mindset. If I can't get married, then I just won't get married. On platforms like Xiao.
But you're online complaining about it. That's the issue that everybody's seeing. We know you're not going to get married. We're telling you you're not going to get married. I'm glad you accept it.
Hongshu, posts from women in their 30s and 40s with tags like not getting married, not having children often receive thousands of likes. A 2021 survey by the Communist Youth League of China found that
You guys hear that shit? Communist Youth League in China. They literally use the word communist in their fucking titles. How are they not somewhat communist? Just saying.
44% of about 2,900 urban unmarried women interviewed did not intend to get married.
Damn.
For thousands of years, Chinese culture has favored men over women. In ancient times, the belief that a woman's virtue lies in her lack of talent was prevalent. Men typically hoped that women would play subordinate roles in the family and society. If a woman was educated and talented...
Jeez, you guys making Chinese men seem like fucking savages. It's just normal basis of fucking patriarchy, which is based in biology. Men had to do a lot of fucking heavy lifting.
She might challenge these traditional roles and authority. Today, some Chinese men still hold very conservative views on marriage, including some highly educated elites. A 35-year-old Chinese investment banker once said that Chinese men want their wives to be like plain yogurt, which can be flavored as they wish. His own wife, he said, was plain yogurt, not sophisticated and without strong opinions, but he liked her because she's easy to control. Many men can only accept women younger than themselves and cannot accept older women. Why is this? Chinese musician, writer, and host Gao Xiaosong once made controversial remarks that represent the thoughts of many marriageable men.
When she was with me, she was still young, not even in society yet, so her basic worldview was shaped by me.
Yes.
In contrast, finding an older wife who has been shaped by her social circle and then trying to change her would be much more tiring and likely to lead to more conflicts. My wife's views on the world, even the...
See, Chinese men know about Red Pill. They know exactly what's going on. They know the truth.
music she listens to, and the movies she watches are influenced by me, so we share many similar thoughts. I think this makes us happy.
This shows that in romantic relationships, men's desire for admiration and dependence is much higher than that of women.
Yep.
Another major reason is that the poor economic situation has had a direct impact on the marriage rate. In 2024, China's economy continues to be sluggish, affected by the downturn in the real estate industry, local debt issues, and a wave of corporate layoffs leading to rising unemployment. Many young people have a pessimistic view of the future and marriage. As urban women's economic independence and education levels reach new heights, marriage is no longer a necessity from an economic perspective. Men say they cannot afford the cost.
See, this is it. Once women make a certain amount of money, they seem like they don't need men anymore. They don't need society anymore. They just do everything themselves. I don't want to have killed children anymore. I don't want to get married anymore because I can take care of myself. That's wonderful, ladies. That's how society dies.
Of marriage so more and more young men choose to lie flat and embrace non-marriage, prioritizing living happily. The number of marriages in China has halved in less than 10 years. Reports indicate that in the first quarter of 2024, the number of marriage registrations fell by 178,000 compared to the same period last year, with the annual number of marriage registrations expected to continue to decline. Since peaking in 2013, the number of marriage registrations in China has declined for 9 consecutive years. Some analysts believe that the number of single people will increase significantly in the future, and the trends of late marriage and declining birth rates are likely to pose serious threats to China's population goals.
Whew, that was some leftover chow. Isn't it just so funny that even women in other countries seem to think that education, them having businesses and owning houses is really going to attract a high value man? Please extract down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Yeah.